back with another video. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. If you have seen my other two videos, I really appreciate it. If you are new here and have not, go check them out. I am on here to spread love, kindness, positivity, and to inspire someone that may be on the same road as me through fitness, through relationship, just life in general. So without further ado, I want to talk about love, because this past weekend was Valentine's weekend and I celebrated my 4th Valentine's with my boyfriend. His name is Josue. I also call him Jay, just because that was the nickname I gave him. And so I want to talk about our relationship today, how we met, and all that good stuff. I'm wearing a hat because I just came back from outside and I'm pretty sure I have hat hair, so I think it's cute. Anyways, I really wish that he could be here, but unfortunately he's at work, and so I got stuck doing the video all by myself. I had full intentions of doing a vlog with him over the weekend, since we did a staycation in Galena and then some in Chicago here, just home. But time got the best of us and we spent so much time being off our phones because we were just trying to spend quality time together that we did not realize we hardly recorded for the vlog. So you'll see a little bit of what we did over the weekend later in the video, but for now you'll just hear me talking. So I want to start off by talking about where I was before my relationship. So before 2017, I was very negative about love. I always swore up and down that it wasn't for me, that it didn't exist, that it wasn't never gonna happen, that I would be single for the rest of my life, and that I just wasn't meant to be loved. I don't know if a lot had to do with the way I felt about myself, maybe because I was severely overweight, and I still hadn't really implemented my lifestyle changes that I've had now. And I also know that, like, you know, growing up, my parents did get divorced, so I don't know if that's another reason why I saw love in such a negative way, but I always said that it wasn't for me and that it would never happen for me and that I would never find anybody who was gonna love me for me. Although I did believe that other people that had good relationships, like I believe, you know, my friends and my other family members all had good relationships. I just didn't think it was possible for me. I was in a really dark place. I didn't want to accept it, and it was in 2017 when I made an online profile as just like a fun thing to do with my friends. I wasn't trying to look for anything serious. The app, I don't think I can name on here. I don't know if I can or I cannot. Let's just say Cupid did his job, and so Josue was on that app too. And I had it for like a week, and then the week that I was gonna go delete it, I ran into his message, which was super sweet, unlike the other messages I had been receiving. And they were all so he asked me how I was, and I responded with, like, I'm doing good. He said I had a beautiful smile, and then it just went on from there. The next day he asked me for my number, and I didn't feel so uncomfortable giving it to him because the profile, you could link your Facebook through it, and so his Facebook was linked through it, and I ended up realizing that we had some mutual friends. So what I did my little investigation work. I asked the people that we had mutual friends with how they knew him, and they said that he was a really good guy, and so I went for it. We talked that entire week on the phone, and that's probably my favorite thing that happened, because I feel like we really got to know each other for who we are inside, as opposed to physically, like if we were each other's type. Obviously we saw pictures of each other, and we kept sending each other pictures, but there was never any videos or video chatting or anything like that. So we just kind of based it off of that, and it was so nice to get to know him, and it was really nice for him to get to know me. We spent hours and hours on the phone till 5 in the morning, even though we both had work. But it was so nice, and it was cute because I felt like I was in high school all over again. And yeah, we dated for 6 months, and he asked me to be his girlfriend for like about 3 times, and every time I said no, and I felt so bad for him. I don't know why I kept doing that, but I think part of it is because I still had my guard up, and I was still pretty much thinking that I wasn't worthy of love, and that he treated me so well, and I didn't think like I deserved it, or I just didn't think it was real. And you know that saying that says you don't know what you have till it's gone? Well, it took for us to pretty much almost break up, if you can say. We weren't official, but it took for him to like walk away from me, for me to realize, wow, like he's the one and I do love him, and I don't know why I was being so crazy. So in October of that year, 2017, we went apple picking. Sorry, my dog is playing. But we went apple picking, and I decided to ask him to be my boyfriend. And so I slipped a little note to him while we were apple picking, and I said, if boyfriends were apples, I'd pick you. Will you be my apple? And of course he said yes. And right after that, we celebrated, and we actually met each other's families after that, and the holidays were coming up, so it was really nice. I honestly think that God did that for a reason. As much as I really wanted to have this hard exterior about like me not finding love or anything like that, deep down inside, like I would pray for it. Like, you know, when I would come back from being out with friends and then they were with their boyfriends or whatever it was, like deep down inside, like I would say, like, God, can you please give me someone that, you know, is going to love me for me and will accept me for all my flaws and will, you know, do this life with me. And so in that year, it was one of my toughest years. My family and I were going through a lot, and as much as I pushed Jay away, he never left my side, and he was the person that I leaned on. He was my rock. He was, you know, there for me and my family, and I really, really appreciated that. And I never thought that there was someone out there that would be like that and that he would be for me. And so I'm forever thankful, and I'm blessed that God did that. And it's funny because, you know, it was the year that I never thought I'd fall in love, and I did. And I know he did that on purpose, and he did that for a reason, and I'm so glad he did. Here we are 4 years later, and we are still together. We actually live with each other now, and it's been the best 4 years of my life. I honestly can say that he's changed me so much, and I'm so happy that he came into my life, and I'm so glad that he stuck around. I never thought that I would be here where I am right now, making a cheesy video about how happy I am with my boyfriend, but I am. And honestly, like, we have grown so much since being together. When we first started dating, we were in such different places in our lives, and now, you know, we both have different jobs in our careers, and we've just matured so much. We live together, we have a dog, and so whenever I post like cute little things about us, or whenever like I say the nice things that he does for me, and when I'm talking to friends, they're like, oh, does he have any flaws? And I'm like, well, yeah, like we both have flaws. Like, we're not perfect. Yeah, I complain that he leaves socks everywhere, or that he, you know, doesn't throw out the trash and things like that. But those are just little things that, you know, we fight about because they're in the moment, they're just, it's annoying or whatever it is. But as for the most part, like, he's good to me, and that's one thing that I want people to understand. Like, I am with him because he respects me, he loves me for all that I am, he treats me like a queen. And I never once was like, oh, well, you need to look a certain way, you need to make this certain amount of money, or you need to have this career, and you need to have this house, and you need to drive this car. Never that. I fell in love with him for who he is inside, and that is the biggest, most important thing in a relationship. I will never ever want to be with someone because they buy me things, or because they drive this car, or because, you know, they look like a supermodel or whatever. Never. I'm so happy that him and I got to know each other on a deeper level than just the physical level, and so that is why it worked so well for us. And there are people out there that are like that. Like, I never thought that I could find a nice guy like that, and there are many nice guys like that out there. And I know because I have friends that are guys that are that nice, and they get looked past. And so I want, like, people to understand, like, there are people out there for you. Like, there's someone out there for you. There's someone out there for everybody. It's just with time, patience, and acceptance. Like, you have to accept that maybe not everybody is gonna be, you know, exactly Prince Charming or Princess, whatever, if it's a boy or girl. But like, you have to understand, like, you have to fall in love with the person inside. And if you don't like the person inside, then you move on, and then you know, you find the person that you love deep inside. You don't go about, you know, about with physical, and like, you know, like, you don't have to have like all these standards about school, or like what they did, you know, in school, and what they do for a living, and what kind, none of that. Like, materialistic things do not matter, especially not if you want to be like 100% happy. That's just my opinion. Not everybody, you know, has to agree to that, and that's fine. But when people ask me, like, it's hard for me to give them this big explanation, and, you know, I just say, like, I prayed to God for him to bring me someone that was gonna love me for me and all of me, and that was gonna treat me this way. And I stayed true to myself. I didn't change who I was for him, except for getting better. So obviously I'm still not that negative person that's always like, ugh, about love or anything like that. So yeah, I feel like that's the best advice I could give, is to fall in love with someone for who they are truly deep inside and how they treat you. And my family loves him, and that was another important thing, that when my family fell in love with him, I was like, well, I know he's the one, because family is very important to me, and my family accepted him like this, and his family accepted me and opened, you know, their arms to me and their houses to me, and they're, you know, just amazing people too. So we've clicked right away. We both love hanging out. We both just love, you know, we could just watch a movie. One of our biggest thing is going hiking. So we found a lot of things that we're interested in together, and so those are things that work for us. Other people, you know, like going out to fancy dinners and things like that. That's not for us. I like fancy dinners, so I do that with my friends. He's more like a chill person, so that's okay. I accept that about him. An occasion, you know, we'll go on to a fancy dinner, but for the most part, we like to be out in nature and doing things like that. So I found the one that I love and that I want to be with for the rest of my life. There's no pressure for us to get married or start having a family or anything like that. All that will come when it comes, and I just wanted to make this video so that maybe I can inspire somebody who is on the same boat that I was in 4 years ago before I met him, and that was negative, or that thought that love wasn't gonna exist for them. It will. Be patient. Take your time. You don't have to rush into anything. Remember that it's what's inside that matters. So if you do start dating and you think his car isn't nice enough, or his wallet isn't big enough, or whatever it is, like, that stuff does not matter as long as he treats you like a princess. Honestly, like, I know that sounds cheesy to say, but I'd rather be treated well and to be treated with respect and to be, you know, complimented and to be loved than to be, you know, getting materialistic things. But that's just me. So I really hope that this video touched somebody, and that maybe you can go out there and find your love. And I'm so happy I did. I will forever be grateful to that app, Cupid. And so I cannot wait to one day look back at this video and say we've been together 10 years, we've been together 20 years, we've been together 30, 40, 50 years, and for our grandkids to know our story and that neither of us ever gave up. And yeah, so we celebrated our 4th Valentine's in Galena, and it was really nice. We love Galena, so if you're ever in Illinois, you must check out the town of Galena. We did some shopping, and then we came back to Chicago and did, you know, typical downtown stuff, and went out to eat at the oven grinder. And so all that will be on the next few videos, the next few clips. We really wanted to do like a hiking trip, but it was really, really cold and snowy this weekend, so we put that to a pause for spring break. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I am so happy that you are here. If you liked my video, please give it a little like, share, subscribe to my channel so that you can always see my videos. And I thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, whatever time you watch this, and goodbye. Hi YouTube. So I was supposed to be vlogging this entire time because my idea was to make a video of our little trip on Valentine's Day weekend, and I suck, and so I didn't. But here I am. We are in Galena. I'll turn this around so you guys can see. It's a little town. I'll show you guys more. Last time we were here, it was fall, and there was a crafts show here, which was lots of fun. Beautiful historic town. Yes. If you live in Illinois, you've never been here, you must come.